Hello everyone, and today I'm going to teach you a bit about the usage of redstone in Minecraft. Alright, first of all, the most basic part. When you mine redstone, you right click to place it on the ground, you attach a lever to it and you right click the lever, and it activates your line of redstone. Or, as an alternative, you can use pressure plates or buttons, which have delayed uses, different kinds of uses. You can experiment with it, it's pretty basic. Alright, so I'll give you an example of something that redstone can do. Alright, here's an iron door. We can't open it by right clicking like we can a wooden door. We have to use some redstone. In this case it is just a lever and no redstone is needed because it is directly next to the item we have targeted. Now, behind this door there's a pressure plate, redstone under it, and the redstone is connected to TNT. This way we have a concealed TNT trap. So let's see what happens when we walk down here. We see a chest up ahead. Mr. Gullible here is going to walk over the pressure plate, open the chest, nothing's in it, and he'll turn around, but it's too late, he's blown up. So TNT can make some effective traps. Now, back to this. Observe that when we pull the lever, the end of the redstone is not glowing like this part. It's just blank. That's because it's exceeded 15 blocks of redstone, and when we exceeded 15 blocks, we need a repeater. And the repeaters are not only used to make the flow continue past 15 blocks, but also if you right click on the repeater, it will delay the reaction, delay the effect of it. So when we pull this lever, we will pull it, and then the actual repeater takes a longer time to activate because I've put it on full delay, and so everything behind this activates later than this. I'll try to show you all again. Here, let me put the lever right here, so that way you can see better. It had a slightly delayed reaction, or you can keep it in full, so it has an immediate reaction, and it just extends the flow. Very useful. But you'll see more examples of redstone repeaters being used elsewhere, like here. Here we have a U made out of redstone lamps, the letter U. Okay, cool, but who cares? Well, I want to make that glowing U into a neon sign. Here we have a lever, and we have redstone connecting both sides of this redstone U, which, since they are touching the other ones, they will glow as well. So it's glowing, making all of these glow. And we've got torches here, redstone torches, mind you, and repeaters. So, but notice that repeaters are at full delay. So, what'll happen when we pull the lever? Pull the lever. Now, watch the redstone U. It flickers to make a neon sign. Now, I dare say that looks really awesome. Let me give you a little teaching about how I did that. Hold on, must turn this off. There we go. Alright, so first of all, I started by making the redstone U. Then, I took redstone and I connected the sides to a lever, making sure that the redstone was not touched. The redstone actual lines were not touching each other. Next, I had to place repeaters right here for both of these flows so that the reaction would be delayed with this for this redstone, and that redstone, when turned off, will activate the torch, which in turn will activate this, which will make the U flick on. But also, when the torch activates this redstone turns the torch off. The flow moves back here, goes back to the repeater, returns to the torch, and turns the torch back on, making this flick on again. The other side does the same thing, but I ended up with a longer flow of redstone here, so I had to use a no delayed reaction redstone repeater. So don't let this trick you. That's normally wouldn't be there. These two are the important parts. If I had done it more perfectly, both of these sides would have been symmetrical, but the point is you can see the way the flow keeps repeating. And again, I'll show you guys what happens. Now we'll watch what I just explained, not just the U flat flushing on and off. See? Flicks on, flicks off, flicks on, flicks off, like that. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, next in line, we have another kind of simple trap. First, watch what it does. We walk down here. Mr. Gullible finds a chest. Oops. When he walked up to the chest, the ground below him fell out. What's that for? Mr. Gullible's dead now. Alright, so let's see what Mr. Gullible just put himself into. Okay. Here we have a sticky piston. Very, very, very useful trap component. So, we have also a pressure plate in the tunnel where Mr. Gullible walked. And so, when Mr. Gullible stepped on this, it was attached to the redstone piston. So, the flow down through this redstone activated the piston, and the piston went from its dormant state to an extended state. When it extended, the sticky part grabbed this, and then when Mr. Gullible stepped off the pressure plate, it drew back, leaving a hole in the tunnel, which caused him to fall into this pit of lava. Now, if this were truly a trap that I would be using, I could disguise it much more efficiently so that Mr. Gullible wouldn't be so gullible. Never mind. Anyway, the point is, if you disguise this, well, this becomes an extremely effective trap. And they have much less reaction time than that of a TNT trap, which you all saw. You have to be pretty dumb to not notice. Alright, so next, in our redstone series, we have the minecart track, the powered rails. Alright, so what I did is I have a button. It is essential I use a button because if I use a lever, it would leave this powered rail under the minecart activated, so when he returned here, it would keep shooting him back. So, when I push this button, what it does is activates this redstone, and activates this redstone powered rail, and it activates this, turning this on as well. Same here, activates that and that. So, since it activates both sides of the powered rail, when we push the button, what's actually happening is it activates both ends. So if he's here or here, the powered rail will push him forth. He'll roll over this. He'll collide with the detector rail, which will activate the powered rail that he lands on next, and he will stop on the powered rail. Happens the same way if he's going this way. So he can return from either side or go forward from either side. Pretty ingenious. But if you want to get a little more involved, there's much more you can do than just sending one back and forth on a rail. Here I made a simple demonstration of what happens if you don't pay close attention to the mine track. Let's say this was in a deep dark tunnel and this track went a bit farther. Alright, so he started somewhere down here. He's going, and he comes across this pressure plate, and he hits this block. So while he is in the minecart, it takes him time to get out of the minecart, and the detector rail he stepped on did not only activate the powered rail, but also activated a few blocks of TNT, which killed him. So minecarts just themselves can even be used as traps, and I feel that that's a lot better, easier to disguise than your average TNT trap, because no one's expecting it when you tell them it's just a subway or something. Alright, so that's it with my basic lesson of redstone. Thanks for watching, and please check out my other videos.